What's going on? Sean Fagan here from Muay Thai Guy and Knock Muay Nation, and this right here is a foam roller. And this is my best friend. I love this guy, especially when I'm not in Thailand when I can't get $5 massages. It costs like 60 bucks to get a massage, and I can't do it. I can't do it when I know in Thailand I can get $5 massages. Anyway, this foam roller is great because it helps with recovery. It helps flush lactic acid out of your body, which helps aid in recovery, helps break up scar tissue and adhesions in your muscles, so this way your muscles can recover faster as well. It also helps with your mobility too, because you're able to loosen up the muscles, which in turn helps with mobility. So I want to show you a little bit of how I use a foam roller. You can get these online at Amazon or at a store like Marshall's for relatively cheap. I think I got this for like 10 or 15 bucks. They are a little bit more expensive if you do get them online, so I found this in the store, but it's something to keep in mind. You can also get lacrosse balls. They're like the round balls that you throw against the wall, and those are really good for getting inside tight spots, smaller spots like in your shoulder blades or in your glutes a little bit more. This guy right here has little knots here, so it's really good at getting just all the spots on your body. So I like to usually start just with my calves. So when I use the foam roller, especially when I'm super tight, what I like to do is I'll put my body weight on whatever muscle I'm trying to break up. So right now I'm just focusing on the calf muscle. So I'll have my leg up on the calf like this. I'll lift myself up and I'll just go up and down nice and slowly. Now, it doesn't look like from video it's doing much, but this hurts like a bitch. Especially if you work out your calves a lot, you're gonna need to recover them or help in recovering them. And by doing this, it will help just get more blood circulation to that muscle, which will help with recovery and help with delayed onset muscle soreness as well. Another key thing I like to do is I make sure that I change the angles on wherever muscle I'm working. So I don't want to just hit one spot, I want to hit every part of the muscle. So I'm not going over too fast, but I'm not going over too slow either. I'm just making sure that I get every area possible on that calf. And for the sake of the video, so usually this takes about like 10 to 15 minutes. I'll kind of rush through it a little bit just so you have an idea of what type of foam rolling routine that I do, all right? So I hit every single side of the muscle here. When I feel a knot, especially in my calves or my IT band, I tend to sit on it a little bit and really try to slowly roll it out. After my calves, I'll go to my hamstrings. You won't feel it as much on your hamstrings, but it's still good to do it anyway. All right, so you can do it like this. You can put your leg on top like this. It's all up to you, all right? Now from here, it's a tricky spot. I like to do my butt, my glutes, okay? Because this helps just with my hips and my mobility, all right? So I'm gonna sit on the side like this. So this way, the little crease that you have on the side of your butt, I'm not good with all the scientific terminology, but the little crease on the side of your butt, that's what we're doing right now. That's what I'm trying to hit, okay? So I'm gonna cross my leg over my knee here. My right arm, or my opposite arm, is gonna be just bracing. And then from here, I'm just gonna go nice and slow all the way up to like my lower back, and then back down to the lower part of my ass cheek. And this right here, it feels so good, but it hurts like a bitch, all right? And this is an important part, especially because you're gonna be doing so much kicking and kneeing and just lower body exercises. You have to make sure that you're working this part, okay? And then switch on the other side. You get to see this nice piece of ass right here. And you will feel it. You will definitely feel it. But a lot of people overlook this part of training, the recovery, and all it takes is 5-10 minutes before and after training to add this into your routine, and it makes a huge difference. It really does make a huge difference, all right? After I work all the back parts of my leg, I go on the IT band. Now the IT band is really important to work because most of the time if you have knee trouble, it's because your IT band is really tight and that's putting pressure on your knee. And so if you're able to loosen up your IT band, then it'll loosen up the pressure that's on your knee and hopefully alleviate some of the pain. So when I do this, nice and simple, I'll start all the way at the top or all the way at the bottom, okay? Actually, I'll start all the way at the top so I'm not off camera. I'll have both legs up on here, and I'll just go all the way down to the top of my knee,
then all the way back up to my hip. And I'll just keep going back and forth. And like I said before, do it nice and slow. Once you feel like a knot, kind of sit on it for a second and then slowly roll it out. Oh, if you've been running a lot or skipping a lot of rope, you'll definitely feel your IT band tighten up a little bit. So making sure you're working this part is super important, just to help aid in recovery and to help prevent any future injuries as well, because this helps with recovery, which in turn helps with your mobility and making sure you're not getting injured. Okay, let's do the other side real quick. And same idea like I was saying with the calf. Make sure you're hitting all the different angles. You're not just going over the same side. So I like to turn a little bit in, turn a little bit out, make sure I'm hitting it all. Okay. Now next spot is a little tricky. It's gonna look like you're making love to the floor, but I promise I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna have this here. I'm gonna bring it to the inside of my leg. It's gonna come all the way up to the top of my hip, right below like where my hip meets my abdomen. And then I'm just gonna go back down. So from here, all the way down. Oh yeah, that feels good. Oh. Now the hip bone, or the hip joint, whatever the fuck you call it in science terminology, is really good if you're able to get a lacrosse ball, because you're really able to get into that nice and deep. But if you don't have a lacrosse ball, the foam roller does a pretty good job anyways, loosening up that hip, loosening up that quad, and yeah, definitely recommend it. Switch to the other side, and if people are looking at you and like, what is that guy doing? Why is he humping the ground? Just be like, fuck you, I'm recovering, bitch. Yeah. So it looks like I'm making love to the ground, but you know, I'm just foam rolling. See? Yeah, just foam rolling. All right. Enough of that weird shit. I'm gonna go to the back next. So I like to start on my lower back. So I'll bring it right here, lay on my back. And then from here, I like to have my hands on top of my head. I just feel like I have a little bit more control here. Or I'll have my hands on my knees. And I'll just roll back and forth, do my lower back first. Just do that a couple times, nice and loose. Then I'll move to the middle part of my back, do the middle part of my back a little bit. Then I'll go all the way up to the top, do my upper back. Ugh. Now, once I get to the upper back, what I like to do here is I like to reach over, as you can see, because I feel like I can get a little bit deeper into my shoulders. And then if I like to, I want to get to the side shoulder. So I'll turn to the side like this. I'll have my hands up, and I go up and down, up and down. Boom. And this is a part that not a lot of people hit. They tend to neglect a little bit. So I like to make sure I'm turning and hitting both sides of my shoulders and my upper back. So that's basically it. That's what I do for a foam rolling session. As you can see, it doesn't take too long. If you really are tight, it might take a little bit longer, so you can really hit those pain points, those pressure points that you feel in whatever part of your body. But this is highly recommended. A lot of health professionals, strength and conditioning professionals, professional athletes use a foam roller as an everyday part of their training routine. And just like as much as you're practicing your roundhouse kick or your punch, you should be making sure that you're practicing the aspect of recovery as well. Because everyone can punch and kick and do Muay Thai, but it's about how much you can do it. And being able to really optimize your body to do that, you got to make sure you're recovering well. So getting these, using the sauna, taking ice baths, treating your body right, eating nutritiously, those are all going to play huge roles in making sure you get the most out of your training. So hopefully you get some use out of this, and yeah, I'll be posting more videos. Make sure to like, share, and comment. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you soon.